Hello and welcome to Grand Prix Atlanta draft coverage. I'm Randy Bueller here with Marshall Sutcliffe. We're getting ready to watch the draft of Brian Kibler. He is 8-1 coming into day two. He's drafting at pod number 2, along with Chris Fennell and David Ochoa. You can actually see across the table there. So Brian's having a pretty good Grand Prix so far. What do you think he's hoping to open here?
Green cards.
Green cards?
Corsair Crew Fix, Hydra Broodmaster, something big.
Golden Hind good enough?
Golden Hind's real good enough.
Yeah, a lot of
Maybe
people
the
do say
best
that's
out of
the
it.
best
Wow,
combo.
what do you think about King Makar?
Was that King Makar?
Yes.
I think I'm drafting black cards.
Whoop.
Yeah, that's an easy pick.
Yes,
There's not much else in the pack that's anywhere close to it either, right?
No, there's
I mean,
not.
he's passing a Hubris. He's passing a little bit of blue.
Riddle of Lightning. There's a Crowan Mastiff. I mean, there's a few reasonable cards here. I think that the number one card he's passing is Feast of Dreams here, and that's an interesting one. I found it to be really good, but there's definitely some dissension in the ranks about where it should be taken and how often you should play it. I was talking to Matei, and he said, I don't really want the second one at all. He puts it on par basically with like an enchantment removal spell, like, you know,
I've heard
an
other
Unravel the Aether or something.
I've heard other people have it as high as the best black common.
Yeah, I've heard that too, and I have it very high. So, in my opinion, Kibler's going to be a little bummed to have to pass that and take a quality black card, but it does vary.
The thing is, black, he wants to get past black.
Yes.
I mean, it'd be nice to cut it off. It'd be nice to get past black in Journey, but black in Born of the Gods is not nearly as good as black in Theros.
Correct. So this should position him nicely. Now, he's going to want to keep in mind King Makar, but it's interesting because you don't want to overcommit to it either. Like, you don't want to start like first picking Springleaf Drums out of the next pack just to try to combo off with King Makar, but you do want to keep your eye open for things that do work well with it. Let's see what Kibler picks up for his second pack here.
It's not the most exciting pack.
Not a ton of amazing stuff. It looks like there's a Hubris.
Yeah, shuffled Hubris to the front. Is that Whitewater Naiads? What's the... No,
it's
that's
Crystalline Nautilus.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, I don't mind the Hubris pick here. Hubris has gone down for me a bit. I had it a little higher when the set first came out, but after having played with it, I'm not as high on it. Still good, still playable, and blue-black is a nice color combination, A, in general, and B, especially for King Makar. You can find maybe an Oracle's Insight on King Makar and just go off.
Makes sense. Yeah, no black to speak of at all. What does pack 3 have to show?
No, there's a Blood-Crazed Hoplite.
Yeah.
All right, this is a little bit better for him. I think I like Farika's Chosen here.
Over the Blood-Crazed Hoplite?
Oh, well, he's got a Warwing Siren. I would take the Warwing Siren as well.
Oh, yeah. Warwing Siren makes sense.
It's the most powerful of the cards in his colors. I think the Chosen is second in that line.
But you do have Chosen over Blood-Crazed Hoplite.
Yes, especially with in blue-black. I know BDM likes Blood-Crazed Hoplite a lot. I'm not as high on it. Right. It's okay.
He's never seen a heroic weenie that he didn't want to be down with.
It's true. So Kibler's
all the hoplites. BDM's draft strategy is just mono hoplites. Johnny's Presence is still in this pack. White is kind of a
Golden Hind and Colossal Heroic still in this pack too.
But there's another Warwing Siren.
There is another Warwing Siren, and this is a huge turning point for Kibler because he has received a pretty strong signal here early that green is open.
Yes.
But he's also picked up a very solid card in the colors he's already in.
That's tough.
I think you just have to stick with Warwing Siren.
I agree.
And good for Kibler for sticking with the path there. I mean, Warwing Siren that late's also pretty decent, and he can still go into other colors. Passing that Golden Hind had to be painful for Kibler, though. Yeah, and he just gets to still see green cards, but Cloak Siren, I think, is the pick here.
Right. I mean, green's open, but does he really have a compelling reason to switch? He's got Game Warden at the front of the pack.
He could also take Brain Maggot. Oh, no. Is Kibler going to... Is it too much for him? He's got reasonable picks in his colors, and he's going to take the green card because he is Brian Kibler.
He is Brian Kibler, and honestly, when people sit down at a draft table next to Brian Kibler, don't you kind of assume he's going to be Naya colored? You know, green in particular?
I think I still would have stuck with my guns there. I mean, Nessie and Game Warden's good,
Well, it could also be that he just
But-
doesn't value Cloak Siren all that highly.
Yeah, I do.
mean, I like Cloak Siren.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Flash really adds a lot to 3-2 flying. Aerial formation is the pick here. So, I mean, it's not like he gave up on blue. He just, I think.
I mean, if you're going to take the Nessian Warden over the Cloak Siren there, I think you take the Golden Hind over the the Warwing Siren
No,
in
but
the
I
other
think
pick.
I disagree. I think Warwing Siren is much closer to Golden Hind in power level than Game Warden is to Cloak Siren.
I think if you're already in blue, the Cloaked is, it's never not getting played, right? It's like perfectly reasonable 4-drop for the deck. Now,
Yeah, look, I would have taken Cloak Siren out of that pack.
you would have? Okay.
I would have taken blue both times.
Okay.
I'm just saying that moving into green there, ooh, Stone Fortifier. Wow, he's bouncing around.
That's interesting.
I mean, speculating, right?
Sure, he's just sort of poking around, seeing where
maybe
things
blue,
are.
maybe white's wide open. And the thing is, he hasn't gotten past any black. Like,
No.
his black has gotten completely cut off.
Yeah, he's gotten 2 Freakus Chosen shipped to him, and that's been it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Depending, the Blood Crazed Hoplite in the Chosen pack, but he's
In both of them.
basically been cut off of black. So I think at this point, he strongly suspects there's a black drafter on his right,
Yes.
and that's really bad news for King Makar. Wow, Riddle of Lightning still in the pack.
Yeah, but
Now,
there's a
Pin to
Pin to the Earth.
Pin
Yep.
to the Earth is great. And it's the best pacifism in the block, I think.
It's very good. He took Humbler of Mortals out of that other pack, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he knows what his second color is at this point, and he's leaning away from black because not only did he not get past black, but
As he takes Rotted Hulk.
sure,
Just for the dagger on Randy.
he also passed black to his left, right?
Yeah.
You think about
No,
you know,
I know.
Feast of Dreams was in that first pack. Those Chosen were even later when he passed them, right? So he's probably got black drafters on both sides of him at this point. That King Makar could easily be a sideboard card.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a mess right now for Kibler. He's waffled a bit.
Well,
He gets Colossal Heroics third to
Jeez.
last.
That's insane.
I like being in green here, but I think that he's going to be able to solidify where he's at in the second pack. But he's made some picks that have sort of
What's
let
he
him
giving
down
up, though?
potential different.
I feel like these picks don't really matter. There aren't actual cards for his deck.
Oh, I
other
think
than
they
the
did.
Nessian Game
The
Warden.
Nessian Game Warden was big.
Cloak Siren,
Then
I totally
taking the
agree.
Stonewise Fortifier, there were playable blue cards in that pack.
Not good ones.
No, but playables, you need to hit playables. Like, there's no reason to take a random white card, right?
Well, you're speculating. Maybe you're going to get past another random white card and another one. Like if his next packet had another Fortifier.
I just don't see a reason to speculate if you've got playables in the pack, I guess. I mean, if you have nothing else going on, then yeah, sure, but now he's just got kind of this blue, black, green thing
White.
going on. But I do think that he can, like, I think that when he starts going into the second pack, he's going to have a much better idea of where he's going. It's just right now, I mean, look, he's kind of all over the map, so.
Yeah, if that Nessian Game Warden was a Cloak Siren, his deck would just look like a solid blue-black at this point.
Yeah, I mean, blue-green is
Yes.
the best 2-color combo in the format, I think.
I
so
agree.
I can see why Kibler would want to lean over in that direction. If he can position himself to be in the blue-green deck, that is a great place to be. Let's see what he finds in this second pack. I think that this is really going to – I think when we're done with this pack, we'll know exactly what colors he's in and where he's going. Little
card was
little
Raised by
sneak
Wolves.
peek there, though, but Raised by Wolves is a great one. And it is the best card in this pack. He did find 3 good
Yeah, I was
green
going to
cards.
say, the cards 1, 2, and 3 are all green, I think.
I think so, too. Yeah, they are.
But Raised by Wolves is the best.
It is.
Yeah, okay. I
Sure.
think he's blue-green.
I like it. I love being in blue-green.
So if you're blue-green, then Golden Hind is better than Warwing Siren.
Yes, in my opinion.
So he could have gone Golden Hind. He could have gone into green and pick earlier.
Yeah, but I liked that pick. I liked
I thought
sticking with
Warwing Siren
Warwing
was
Siren.
correct.
But if at that point, though, I'm pretty resigned to not playing green unless things get super silly. And I don't think that Nessian Game Warden counts as super silly. I think it counts as, well, this probably shouldn't be here, but... All right,
Well,
so...
I mean, the Golden Hind pack also had another good green card in it. Like,
What
green
was it?
open. I don't remember.
Okay, I didn't
There were
remember.
multiple good green cards in that pack.
All right, here's a Grave Robber Spider. Oof. Don't do that.
Asphyxiate?
Oh, man.
Wow, Spider or Asphyxiate? I mean, Spider's kind of sort of black also.
I just take the Spider, but the blue cards in this pack are pretty unexciting. I don't think we're in black anymore. Like, are we still in black? I don't think we're in black
unclear.
anymore.
Is he looking at the Faded?
Faded Infatuation?
Faded Infatuation?
Sure. Run it.
I mean, he's given up on black. That's what that
Yes.
pick says.
Yes.
There's Chorus of Tides. Bolt of Karanos is for somebody
Yeah,
else.
so he's got Chorus of Tides or Setessan Oathsworn here.
Right. What's the pick?
A lot of red cards here. I like Chorus of Tides. Like I feel like
Oathsworn can set him up to be nicely heroic, though. He's already got.
what does he got?
He got multiple Warwing Sirens. He's got the Colossal Heroics ridiculously late.
That was absurd.
right.
That card's very good.
Right. No, I think I like Oathsworn here.
Okay. Yeah, I think I prefer the Chorus of Tides generally, and maybe if he had a few more heroic enablers, I could see going for the Oathsworn, but it's close.
We're less than halfway through. He's got 3. It gives him a 3rd heroic dude, thus making it correct to start taking a bunch of heroic enablers.
All right, let's see if he can find him. I think he's going to
Fair.
take a Deepwater Hypnotist here.
Over Chorus of Tides?
I'm getting that vibe from him.
He does not believe in 4 mana 3/2 flyers.
Apparently not.
That's what we have figured out.
What has Snapping Drake done to Brian Kibler? I mean, I think those are really good. You know, at common at 4 mana, that's about what I want to be doing.
Fires Enlightenment,
All right,
can't
not much for him
play.
here. Unfortunately, he's going to pick up a
Nullify.
Nullify and have to be happy with that, which is little
Nullify
sad.
and Setessan Oathsworn are not friends.
no.
They do not get along.
They do not get along well at all.
I want 10 islands in my deck. No, 10 forests.
It does look like he is blue-green,
Yeah,
though,
he
and
is.
that is generally the best 2-color combo, like we said. And also in Theros, oh man, the blue-green cards in Theros are insane.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, well, I guess he can pick up a Divination here.
Sphinx's Disciple. If he doesn't like 3/2 flying for 4, I can't imagine he wants 2/2 flying for 5.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable assumption.
It looks like Divination. It seems thoroughly playable.
And then he picks up a Fairies
Yeah,
Band
Fairies Band
Trumper,
Trumper,
like fairly late.
Yeah, solid.
Very nice pickup for Brian here. You take a look at Vidianto Wijaya there. And there's the Ocho, the right-hand man, David Ochoa. Wow.
Another Tromper. Solid.
Good. Yeah, who needs 4 mana 3/2 flyers? He's got Trompers. He must have known.
And you know what? Moving into green has worked out.
It has.
Abandoning King Makar is hard to do, but
Yes.
has been totally correct here.
Yeah, and it seems to have been pretty clear from the get-go that whoever's on Brian's right is in black, or at least maybe even both of them.
I think
there's
both
been
sides.
So little, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's exactly VD, but somebody on his left is black, and somebody on his right is
so
black.
somebody took the Feast of Dreams, moved
Yeah.
into black, and somebody
Got
on the other
past a
side
couple
opened
Chosens.
something sweet or
And
whatever.
And
Yeah.
cut black, yeah.
Yep, you're right. Not much for Brian Kibler
Just
here.
take Floodtide Serpent,
Yeah,
right? He
just
might
take it.
randomly wind up with a
Yes.
bunch of Fade Foretolds.
Yes. Another divination for him here. Champion of Stray Souls. Yeah, he's just going to cut it. I guess he figures
Cut it or
he's
rare
not going
draft
to.
it.
I do love a Peregrination, but this isn't the deck for it. There really isn't a good deck for it, by the way.
All right, so now he came out of the first pack with 3 colors. He rejected black correctly, I believe. It was really that second pack where he declined asphyxiate. Seems totally correct.
And now he has a mediocre green blue, but
You know what he
it
really
could
uses
get
a Golden
way
Hind.
better. Yeah, Golden
This deck
Hind would
would
have
be
been
so
a
much
sick.
better with a
Yep.
Golden Hind sitting in the two
It's
slot.
true. This could get awkward.
Brian Kibler just wandered
He's
by, is
walking
now
by right
listening
now.
to us.
But he does have a
Watching his
good
own draft.
opportunity in the Theros pack to really improve things here. Like, he's got a reasonable deck now. It could go from reasonable to staying reasonable, or it could go from reasonable to darn good. Theros has the tools in blue and green to
Yeah,
really power up this deck.
His curve is pretty mediocre here.
Yeah, he's
The
going to
only
need more
thing he's-
2-drops.
The only thing he's got underneath 3 is the Deepwater Hypnotist. That's
Yeah.
it.
Voyaging Satyr is going to be high on Brian's list as he opens up this third pack.
What else is he looking for?
Well, just the usual suspects like Nessie and Asp, any of the heroic blue creatures he'd love to see.
Did we get a look at his enabler count when we went through there? I know he's got the
For heroic,
yeah, he's got the 2 Warwing Sirens.
he's got 2 Warwing Sirens. He
I mean,
has
he's got the Oathsworn, but
the
other
Oathsworn.
than the Colossal Heroics.
Colossal Heroics is his primary enabler here. I don't think
he doesn't have a single bestow creature, does
no. But there's plenty of them in Theros that are very good. Nimbus Naiad would be very high on his list. Leaf Crown Dryad's fantastic. Get a look at some of our other drafters there.
Yeah. Oh, that is the pot of death. Wow, they're all in a row too. Did you see that?
I didn't see.
That was Owen Turnwald, Ben Stark, Conley Woods, Paulo Vitor Damarosa. They're all at like pot 11.
Yikes.
And at least 3 of them were in a row when the camera went by. Oh, 2 of them in a row. Owen and Ben drafting next to each other. Paulo and Conley drafting next to each other. And then just like one guy sitting in between those 2
like
pairs.
what just happened to me? All right, so Kibler with that anxious wait. I mean, it's so brutal when the pack's sitting right in front of you.
What's in it? Definitely like the way he abandoned King Makar here.
Yeah, I think that was correct.
It's hard to do.
It is.
I mean, one of the best rares in the set. He opens it up. That's perfect, but he correctly abandoned that color.
Yeah, he did.
Sometimes that's what you got to do.
There was just not much. I mean, the only thing that could have tempted it were those chosens to say, oh, I'll stick to black.
Yeah.
I'll try to stick.
No,
but
I
he
mean,
didn't.
if you assume you're playing that, he would. He'd have 2 freakish chosens and an asphyxiate in his terrible blue-black deck.
Exactly.
Not sure what the delay is.
All right.
There we go.
There we go. We actually get to see some packs here. Wow.
Artisan of Forms.
Okay, he takes an Artisan
Camera
of Forms.
hiccup. I'm not sure what else was in the pack, but
Yeah.
we'll assume Artisan of Forms is the right pick.
Sure. But not what he hopes for here.
No,
it's not a Nessian Asp. It's not a bestow creature.
It's a 2-drop.
It is technically a 2-drop.
Technically.
Yeah. Voyage's End is something that he'd love to see here as well. Maybe a Grip Tide thrown in there for good measure.
Sure.
So much good stuff in this Theros pack for him. And let's see if he finds some of it here.
Leaf Crown
he
Dryad.
does. Yeah, he finds 3 really solid green cards. Leaf Crown Dryad, also an Nessian Courser, which he can hope to wield. Probably won't, but he could. And then he's also got a Reverent Hunter there, depending on how many green cards he has. I like the Leaf Crown Dryad pick there for sure.
Agree. Yeah, the lack of 2-drops, I think, edges it out.
Yes.
It's also bestowed to trigger the heroic guys. I think it's pretty easy Dryad.
Yeah, Reach, very powerful as well. He did pass quite a few flyers in his first pack, so he's going to need to deal with those at some point potentially.
The 3/2 flyers are terrible, remember?
We haven't decided that yet.
He has.
All right, there's a nice. Okay, now we're talking business. Sea God's Revenge, or he also picked up a Wavecrash Triton if he'd rather have that here.
It's got to be Sea God's Revenge, right?
Yes. And he took it. Come on, where's all the Nessian Asps here?
Is it too late for Voyaging Satyr? He got past Goldenhine 4th.
Yeah, he did.
If you can get past Goldenhine 4th, you can definitely get past Voyaging Satyr.
Yes, it is
4th.
not too late. All right,
Courser.
well.
Opaline Unicorn? No, Courser's
Yeah,
the
I'm
easy
just gonna
pick
have
here,
to
right?
take a Courser, yep.
Solid?
Courser and his flavor text does his job well.
Yeah. It's funny, we saw this, we watched a pair of Hall of Famers this morning. We watched William Jensen draft, and he very much identified what's the open color on my right, let me move in, right? Brian's done exactly the same thing.
Yes.
And he is getting rewarded exactly the same way Huey did. It's like these guys have drafted.
There we go. Was that an Anthausa at the back too? Yeah, but not even close here.
That is exactly what he needed.
Windmilling, Voyaging Satyr. And maybe he even gets something back out of this pack. That was a pretty deep pack. But the Voyaging Satyr, a great pickup here. I think that was really one of the number one hitters that he wanted to pick up out of this pack. Now, a bounce spell would be nice. He did pick up Sea God's Revenge, which is good, but you know,
I just want another Voyaging Satyr.
Yeah. Traveler's Amulet. Yeah. Amulet's fine. It's a little late.
Does he need to take Bronze Sable?
You know, Bronze Sable's actually gone up for me.
It's a 2-drop.
Yeah,
Sometimes you need a
it's a
2-mana
2-drop.
2/1.
Also, it blocks Blade Tusk Boar, which can be
Oh,
really,
that's a great
really
point.
annoying.
That's a great point. And we saw one Blade Tusk Boar floating around the table late, right?
And that card against blue-green is very good. It's just super annoying.
Agent of Horizons.
Yeah, Agent of Horizons is nice pickup on 3 here.
3/2. I mean, sometimes vanilla 3/2 for 3 is good enough,
Yeah.
but he's got the blue mana to activate it and make it unblockable, so particularly good here. Sometimes your agent raises some wolves and it becomes very scary.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Wolf Agent? That sounds kind of sweet.
That'll work.
And nothing for him here.
Blank pack. All right. What grade do you give this deck at this point?
Well, I mean, I have to see it laid out. It's reasonable. I'd call it like a mid-level deck, like a 6 or a 7. Like, it's perfectly fine. It's not great. It's not bad.
All right. What grade do you give Brian for drafting the deck?
Well,
drafting the seat. If
yeah,
you will.
I really like that he moved out of black and didn't stick too much to his first pick, which was a bomb. So he gets high marks for that. I don't like that he waffled around with some of the middling picks when he had reasonable cards. Yeah, in the colors. I think you stick to your guns, and then you come out of the first pack like
So
base blue with maybe dipped into a couple other colors.
You
and
would
then
not
see
have
where
had
it
any
goes.
green cards coming out there. You wouldn't have taken the Golden Hind. You
No.
wouldn't have taken the Game Warden.
I either would have taken the Golden Hind or neither.
Right.
Like,
I think you would have taken neither.
Yeah, probably neither. I probably would have just taken the Cloak Siren and then whatever the other blue card was.
See, I found that all a little more justifiable. It felt to me like he got the read the green was open, but like Warwing Siren was close enough to Golden Hind that he didn't want to move then. And the next, I don't know. I think he wound up in the right colors. I think you got to give him credit for that. And I definitely agree with giving him credit for abandoning the Makar open.
Yeah.
All right. This is Randy Bueller signing off for Marshall Sutcliffe. Stay tuned for more Grand Prix action.